What's up, tubers? Today I want to do a little comparison between the USP match trigger on my USP Expert and the SIG 226 Legion Gray Guns trigger. I just recently got the 226 and wow, it's pretty fantastic. The trigger is. And I'd just like to show all of you kind of the difference between both of them. So let's do that now. First of all, okay. Now, let me first show you the double action on both of them. And let's start with the match. So, let's see. I'm going to start just a little bit of take up right here at the beginning. And then it's relatively smooth. It's not like it's a bad double action trigger. It's better than a lot that others that I've felt. Okay, so you see that? Now, let me show you the SIGs. Okay. As far as weight poundage of each of them, they seem pretty close. I don't have one of the tools to test the poundage, but just going on my trigger finger alone, the weight feels about the same. The difference is the super smoothness that the SIG has. I mean, that is the smoothest double action I have ever felt. And like I said, it's not like the match has a bad double action or anything. But did you hear that right there in the middle of it when I was going through it? Let's see. There. So it's the spring, I'm sure, but that little whatever it is in the middle kind of stops the smoothness of the trigger from, yeah. So one more time for y'all. Wow. It's fun every time. Yeah. And with something else, because this is a steel gun, all steel gun. Well, not all steel. This is alloy, aluminum, I believe. But you see when the hammer comes down on the frame or on the firing pin, you usually get like this reverberation or vibration throughout the pistol, because the frame is, on other guns, the frame is polymer, like on this and other ones that I have. So when that hammer comes down, you kind of feel the vibration go throughout the gun. And the Expert is the same way. Now, what I noticed with the USPs is that compared to other polymer guns, that vibration is not nearly as bad. On other polymer guns that I picked up and I pulled the double action on it, I felt like, you know, it was a noticeable shake when the hammer drops. Even on some striker fired pistols. But the USPs, they had a very, like when I went to dry fire it, yeah, you almost died just now. Okay, you like death. All right. So when I go to dry fire it, there is like, you know, almost no movement to the frame. And so as good as the USPs are with that, the SIG right here is even better. And I I'm sure that's the case with all steel guns, or, you know, alloy and steel together, that you just don't get that vibration throughout the gun. She jumps every time I dry fire it. But yeah. Okay, so back to the subject. Okay, so let's look at single action of both of them. Okay, so here's the USP match. You got this little bit of take up. Boom. There it is. And it's very it's a very easy single action, I'll say. And then here is the reset. Boom, right there. And then you got a little bit of take up, and boom. So that's the reset on the USP. Now watch the reset on the SIG. So you got your little bit of take up right here again. Boom. Okay. Now watch this reset. Boom. Okay. I would say it's probably half as long as the USP's reset. And then there's no, I mean, just the tiniest bit of pressure, and you're back on the wall again. So, boom. One more time. Boom. Okay, we're at the wall right now, okay? There's nothing else to go back. And boom. Now, what I will say, after kind of sitting here playing with them and comparing between the two of them, the USPs is probably a lighter single action, okay? It's probably a lighter single action. But the reset is just the tiniest bit longer. Boom. And then after that reset happens, I mean, as soon as that reset happened, you gotta kind of take up that little bit of slack again. Let me do that again. Okay, so boom, and then there's that slack. And then we're at the wall again, and boom. Okay, so, you know, just show you this 10,000 times. Got your take up, break, and then boom, and then there it is again. You saw that? I really didn't even mean to do it, but it went off. That's funny. So yeah, that is the comparison between both of these. Let me do this. This is just for fun, but I want to see. Yeah, I could, well, let me do it again. Hang on. This is tough. Without a gauge, it's kind of tough. I believe the double action is even lighter on the USP than the SIG. Oh man, I can't tell. It's so close. You know what? I think it's lighter on the SIG. I can't do it with two different hands. I got to do it with the same hand. Hang on. Okay, let me see. Okay. Man, what a tough decision. What a tough. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that the double action is just the tiniest bit lighter on the USP. But the reason I like the SIG so much is because I don't mind weight. I've never minded a heavy double action or single action. I kind of prefer it that way, to be honest with you. But this smoothness, I mean, there is just no noise in the middle of you pulling that trigger. So, and then, wow, that reset. Hey, leave that possum alone. Coco, leave that possum alone. He's sleeping, it's the daytime. Okay, so, yeah. I just wanted to show y'all both triggers. I still haven't shot the SIG yet. It's still kind of wet outside, but I believe I'll be out there in a couple days to shoot and let y'all see the first shots. But just wanted to give y'all a comparison and show y'all what the difference was between the SIG Legion and the USP match. Okay, see y'all soon.